Okay, so the other thing that we're going to talk about is it's kind of in the same realm, right? I mean, Nick Mercs has been also canceled, but kind of COD dropped his whole his outfit or his operator skin.
Yeah.
Right, his operator skin. He had his own skin, you know, because he's a huge streamer, and he recently became a dad. And because he's now a dad, he started speaking out against this ideology that's being pushed on kids. And I totally get it, right? I mean, I'm going to be a father soon, and I'm like, the one thing I know I'm going to protect my kid from is that fucking crazy ideology. I mean, amongst many other things, but
and iPads.
Well, yeah, of course. That's why I live next to a forest and a river. I'm gonna throw him into the river, and you know, Flawed knows, because he's my son.
Yeah,
I'll teach you. I'll teach you.
Don't see
one of these days.
That didn't happen.
I'm gonna throw you in there, dog.
Anyway, I remember that's how I got taught how to swim, and I always remember thinking, "Oh, cool! I'll never trust people again." Like, oh,
I will never trust
all my life was that I'd have no. You can be the nicest person in the world. You're probably lying right to my face, and you will throw me. Like,
that's a life lesson there, son.
It was a great life lesson, not on swimming. That
was a real life lesson.
Not on swimming. No, I would never do that. I agree on that. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah, people used to pretend to do that.
Then literally the next day, like, hey, come do this. Fuck no. You're gonna fucking shove me into the fucking street. No. I'm not going to fucking piano practice, asshole.
Get your water. You're going to piano practice.
You're gonna slam down the freaking top of the piano lid on me on my hands.
Probably.
Right? No, I get that. Actually. I know. Dude, that means a lot to little kids, dude. Breaking someone a
really
kid's
does.
trust. It's really messed up.
Yeah, and I never forgot it. And that was when I was like 4. Like,
so imagine your father is a man, and then all of a sudden he disappears, and a woman shows up.
Yeah, it's even crazy.
Named Ava.
Yep.
Yeah.
Imagine that kind of trust breaking.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what this whole controversy now is about. Is Nick Mercs calls out, according to, this is the original post, really, because this is what it's all centered around. So Nick Mercs calls out Chris Tyson. Wow. Does Mo think you're? Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
You should be ashamed of yourself, leaving behind your wife and kid to play pretend. That's what. So he said, because this is the original.
This nigga was just going off, bro. He's like, and this, and another thing, and another thing.
Did he just say this out of the blue?
I do have a question.
This is the original tweet. Okay. All right. Ava, Chris Tyson, whatever. Chris Tyson posted this. Me, every time I post on Twitter, and it's Nick.
He, they, she, hey, they comments.
You know, just making a joke about you know.
Oh, that's why he responded.
And Nick Mercs responds to that, saying, "You should be ashamed of yourself, leaving behind your wife and child to play pretend. One day you'll wake up and realize what you've done."
He went
and
off.
Man, the fucking battle that
hang on. The other guy reached out and brought Nick's name into things first.
I think Nick's video was about him.
Nick's video.
Nick's video was about
so they
chat.
So Chris took that.
About his notifications, his mentions.
Yes.
So whenever he goes on, and then it's just like he, she, they, them,
because
like whatever.
When he went viral the other day, because he said, "Get out of my chat with this shit. I don't care about none of this. Y'all niggas is playing fairy tale makeup time, and that's not what I'm. That's not the time I'm on."
Okay. Right. His chat was going at him and like bringing.
Well, they were like, someone in his chat was because of some shit he said before, and then his notification said that, and then
with that big of a platform, you're bound to have a certain percentage of your chat that hate watches you, and watches you to try to get you. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
you do.
I see him.
Ashley.
Yeah.
Meta.
Right. So he's talking about like his mentions and like so obviously Chris is offended because they're victims. Right, they have to play the victims on every chance they get because they're so damn oppressed. Right, so obviously they're attacked. So then they posted this, and Nick Mercs sees this and goes, "Oh, this fucker person, you should be ashamed." And I agree with this statement. I just want to add, leaving behind your wife and child to play pretend, and then Drama Alert, of course, then posts this, which just amplifies it up to max level. to the point that Mr. Beast actually responds, right? Yep. And he says, Ava is literally always with her kid. It totally missing the point completely, and doesn't even go on shoots to spend more time with him. Tuckman, which
Tuck,
wild that's the son's name. Wasn't sure if he was. When I first read this, I wasn't sure if he was talking about Chris or not.
About Chris.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Tuckman.
Tuckman.
His name is literally Tuckman?
No, the kid's name is Tucker.
Okay.
Tucker. Okay. But he calls him Tuckman. But it's like, I literally didn't. I was just like, Tuckman is always smiling because I didn't know his name was Tucker. I was very confused. I was like, wait, is Mr. Beast like being based here or like throwing his dude under the bus? No, he's talking about his son. Tuckman is always smiling. Not sure why this rumor is a thing. And it's like
rumor.
That was my question. I have fucking no clue what's going on over there. Did he leave his family or did he just transition?
That's the same thing, in my opinion.
Well, yes, but you know what I'm saying? Like, is this? I don't know which one's worse, leaving or staying.
So this,
and
they're not together.
But
wait. This I want to address one side and then the other side, right? Because
they're not in a relationship, though.
Okay, so they're not in a relationship together.
Yeah, no,
I think that's really sad when parents abandon each other when there's kids involved, right? I know a family that their parents just divorced when their youngest turned 18, and they said they waited. This has been a plan for a long time, but they waited until the kids were adults and moved out to divorce. And I was like,
it's better than nothing.
Good. Well, I mean,
I'd rather that
if it's not working out.
Having kids, you already need to let go of the selfish side of your live your life for your kids.
Yep.
Like I'm fully prepared for that. When I meet him, I'm like, all right, my life is no longer for me. Totally 100% for that.
You should let him host the show.
I'm ready for it. If he wants to, done. It's his show.
I want him to, so that's all.
We don't even have to change the name. Don't have to change the name. It's perfect.
True.
I'll just pass on the lineage.
Monday. Monday.
Even if they were together, right? If they're separated, I think that's fucked up, right?
Right.
But
together,
if they did stay together.
Fucked up.
He's not a dad. He's not a father anymore. He's changing who he is now. Everything is about being a girl now. It's not, and they have to convince themselves that they're a girl. So they have to everything has to be about being a girl instead of just being normal. Because girls have to are just girls. They don't have to convince you that they're girls. But trans,
it's their identity. Like literally, when they say it's their identity,
claim right. It's their identity. They have to convince you. And if there's one person in the crowd of 100 that doesn't believe them, they have to make it their number one, they're oppressed and now of course, getting attacked, but also they can't live until it's 100 people that believe that they're a woman.
And then they need 1,000.
They are oppressed unless 100%, right? Yeah. It's really just a more percentage. 100% of people need to know and believe that they're a woman, or else they're oppressed and they're being genocided and they're not allowed to live, and trans rights and blah 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 blah.
Yep,
and I don't fucking care. All right, you're no longer being a father for your child, because from my perspective, every child needs their mother, their real mother.
Yep.
And I say that for a reason. Their actual mother, the one that birthed them. Yep. Because babies can hear their mother, and their mother, there's a connection there that is a must. And then their father, which is there to be a father figure, to show them what a male figure is supposed to be in their life, and be strict with the rules and stern, and show them that life is about getting fucking hurt and being able to step up and get past it and not remain a victim. Right. Yep. That's why we have too many perpetual victims in this world, because there's such a lack of fathers teaching them to get the fuck up and keep walking forward and moving forward in life. Yep. All right. They're severely lacking. Right. So I look at this situation, and this fucking asshole is like, no, I'm a girl now. Like, well, what the fuck are you teaching your kid? Right? And
we'll see.
Selfishness.
When he's 10, we'll see. When he's 10,
holy
13,
shit,
what the fuck this kid turns out to be.
Well, he's probably being spoiled too, right? Dude, if he's, well, I guess I found out through all of this shit that Chris is a founder in Mr. Beast's company, so he's probably freaking uber rich, you know.
Yeah,
So he could probably do whatever he wants, you know, financially. So it's like, well, what the hell is that, you know? He did leave. Chris is the father, not Ava. Well, I mean,
technically,
that's what I said.
that's
I said in
a
the
good
group chat.
point. That's a good
Well,
point.
it's just a fucked up, selfish thing to do. Just
100%.
You have a child that depends on you, that it requires attention and that fatherly figure. If you just fuck off, like any other situation where somebody just fucks off when they have a child, we'd be calling them like trash. We'd be like, why
Andreas says he's still a dad and he's still a husband. I don't know where he's at, but I don't know. But he said that in the group chat. He was.
I'm sure he doesn't mind. I want to relay a little bit of
what he said
of what, because you guys were talking about it.
Yeah,
and I was reading it, and I'm like,
he did leave his son.
I was like, I'm gonna.
wife.
Well, and to Andreas's credit, he was like, "You're right, actually."
Yeah.
When you put it that way, you're actually right. Let's see, where did he? Oh, he just said, "No, this isn't true."
Not true.
And you were like, actually, you know. Because
just because
he's around his kid, at this point,
True.
I think it's worse that he's around his kid.
It is.
That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know.
I legitimately think it's worse.
It is.
Go fucking find some cigarettes.
Because now he's an example. Still, a man who now has become a female when things got tough. That's what the example is now. When I couldn't handle my brain, I turned into a girl.
Basically. Yeah,
it's all about me. It's all about what do I get gratification for?
It's
what
like,
do I?
Were you just secretly gay? Is that what it was?
I think so, bro. But it's crazy because you basically made a contract by having that kid, bro. So it's like now you want to be treated as if you're like a father, who's
different person,
and you're not. You're a fucking female. You're not a father. Like,
so do you want to be a different person, or do you want to be considered the father that stays there the whole time? Like, which one do you want? Do you want to be a different person? Because that's a different person.
Both.
You can't have both.
He wants to dip in both.
He wants both, but wants you to accept both also.
Yes.
And it's like, actually, sorry, dude.
Maybe
like,
he is a female.
Both of them disprove the other. Like, you can't.
That's how
it doesn't work.
This is like one situation that we're all very aware of because it's Mr. Beast and it's a huge. What's up, dude? But like, this is happening all the time.
Welcome.
How you doing?
This kind of thing's happening all the time.
So I don't know if you've been paying attention to the internet drama that's been going on, but this is
George
about.
got his ear to the streets.
I know he does. It's true, but it's crazy how much George is aware of. So I wasn't sure if he knows this corner of the internet. But the Mr. Beast, Chris turning into Ava, leaving his kid behind, but he's still around for his kid's life. So little Tuck man
ruin it.
What was that shit about? I saw the reply from, who is it? Merc? I always forget his first name. Nick Mercs. Yeah. And then I saw Beast's reply and I was like, okay, if you remove everything else and you just level the playing field, here you had children who were raised going, hi, daddy. I love you, daddy. You're my dad. Hell, my dad, before I was kidnapped, I worshipped him. In Greek, you call him Baba. Baba everywhere. My dad was a god. He took me fishing. And then all of a sudden it's like, hi, dad. Well, no, it's mommy.
Is he making him say mommy too? What does the kid call?
No, I'm saying if you removed yourself from the situation, just that psychological blast and the emotional one to a child, because you're like, huh? Well, what the hell is going on? I mean, so it doesn't matter if he spent every second of the day with him. It really doesn't. It's not the person that they love. They're having to rearrange it. And think about it, a child, right?
Kids feel away when you shave your mustache and you come out. The kid's like,
there you go.
So,
right, that's true.
Fucking gender.
It's very confusing to be a kid. You're trying to figure everything out. Literally, you have no idea what the context of reality is outside your house. Even when you start to bring somebody that's so important to you, like your father, your mother, and they change like that, that is, I don't know. That's got to be
That's why it's selfish. That's why it's selfish.
So
if somebody wants to do
100% selfish.
If somebody wants to do that as an adult. If you had the want, the need, the wherewithal to go have children, wait the fuck till they're 18.
Boom.
Yeah, that's it.
There it is.
It's called sacrifice.
Way much more respect if that was the case.
No, it's called sacrifice.
Like Bruce Jenner, he's an adult. He can do what he wants.
True.
He's still a guy.
He's trying to walk that line though.
But he waited till all his kids were grown up.
I gotta give him that. As look, if you're an adult, you do what you want. I don't care.
Did he wait
don't
though?
go after...
He waited to fully transition, but I heard they found like wigs and like cross-dressing stuff in his suitcases in like the 70s.
Okay, so what was it public? Did he freaking?
Nah, he wasn't like I'm Caitlyn.
So he was cross-dressing. Like who gives? All right, whatever. You know, there's a freaking time and a place, but like. You know, having kids.
I call him a whole different name now.
It's another level, right? And then, man, I just. But look,
so when kids are involved, man, you just
look at this. Look at this victim card,
things.
right? Look at this. So, in response to Mr. Beast, Chris says they just want to villainize trans people. Shut the fuck up.
So performative. You can talk to this dude in real fucking life. You're responding to his fucking tweet. Like, stop.
Way to sidestep the point completely. To be a victim here. No, it's like no
one cares about trans people.
No.
one
I'm
cares.
villainizing shitty parents. That's what people are talking about right now. Talking about you leaving your kid, be totally fucking your whole kid's world up, right? Whether you think you're still a good parent or not, I think it's fucked up. And so do a lot of other people. When they realize and accept that I am in his life, arguably more than most parents are able to be, they say I'll ruin him or far worse things. They don't actually care. They want to move the goalposts so they can go see trans people bad. Oh my God.
Chris, you're bad. Yeah, you specifically.
You. We're talking about you.
You are a bad person for what you've done.
Just you.
Facts.
Just you.
Yes.
I love
We're talking about
you. I love her. It's you, Chris. That's it.
No, here's Cassandra.
You live with one.
You robbed him of a father and a normal family so you can go be a degenerate.
That's it.
Like George just said, it's selfishness. Yeah. You are a selfish prick. You chose yourself over your son, and fuck you for it.
Yeah.
When you have kids,
shame on you.
You go out of the way, it becomes about them. It's about sacrifice. You don't. If you don't have 100%. To eat, you don't have to eat, they eat first. You got a piece of bread, it's theirs. You got $1, it's it. You have that 100%. Forever. And that's the problem is that too many people go, okay, well, I had kids, but what about me? You hear it all the time. It's like, no, motherfucker. You do not exist once you have a child. They exist. You're just there to make sure they're raised the best, fed, clothed, washed, bills paid, and then
because you entered in that contract when you decided to have children.
Wait. Call, you're muted. What are you saying here? What are you adding into this? I want to hear from
I think you just said the N-word.
Oh, like several times over and over, yeah.
Oh, I was just making a sarcastic joke. I didn't realize I was muted. I said, George, when you say they, do you mean like a singular person or a plurality?
You have to clarify.
It's hard to tell these days.